Guys, we are live. Good afternoon to our folks on the East Coast. Good morning to our folks here on the West Coast. And welcome, guys. And thank you for joining us on today's webinar on New Year's New Solutions. My name is Ken Miguel. Fortunately, Mike is not able to join us today for this webinar, but I have David here, also from our tech support team. David, how you doing?
Good. How's everyone?
I hope everybody's good. Staying safe, staying busy. So our goal for today's webinar is most of our attendees on our webinars are security dealers and installers, and we want to show you what we have come up for this year, the new cameras, the new solutions. We want to accomplish a couple of things. You guys, as the security resellers, we want to make sure that you guys are aware of the newest technologies that's available from Bolide, so that way you guys can sell them to your customers. You can get a competitive advantage in your market, and also, the value that it presents to you guys as installers, whether it makes your jobs easier, faster setup, and to your customers, the end users. If we have these particular features, what's the benefit to them? Why should they care about these features? So we're gonna go over a couple things. I think you guys would be very interested in some of the new stuff that's out. We're also gonna kind of recap some of the new technologies that has recently come up, and make sure you guys are aware of all of them. Throughout this webinar, on your screen, we're gonna jump back and forth between our PowerPoint and a live YouTube and our live MVR that we have online. There is a Q&A button on your Zoom, and feel free to type any questions. We're gonna try to stop and answer them as we go along with the webinar. Okay, so David, let's start.
All right.
Okay, so NDAA compliant, what's the fuzz about NDAA compliant? So really what this means is the product do not have components inside of them, whether it's the chipset, the network board, anything that communicate. None of these products have parts from these companies. Okay, so what is, why should you care about this? One, if you're doing any federal government projects, you cannot have you cannot install or quote products that have components from these companies. Also, for your typical commercial market, they might know about this. This was actually passed by the government, and they might not want product, especially products that communicate online, that would have these components. So as a security dealer, you would want to be associated with the NDA compliant products. So this will be the cameras and the recorders. Okay. A bunch of you guys still do coax, east over coax solutions. We have a full line of NDA compliant cameras. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, but we got pretty much all the styles that you want: fixed lens, varifocal. These are all 5 megapixel resolution. They also come down to 2 megapixel. They work with TVI, CVI, AHD, and analog DVRs. We even have some dual voltage options, which is the bullet and the dome. For NDAA compliant DVRs, we have the 4-channel, 8-channel, and 16-channel, all NDAA compliant. They are 5 megapixel with hybrid functionality. So the 4-channel plus 2 IP, 8-channel with plus 4 IP, and 16-channel with 8 IP. We have a larger DVR. We have a 32-channel as well. But as far as NDAA solution, you're gonna have to go with the 4, 8, and 16-channel. IP cameras. So that compliance really a lot of that is going to come down to the IP cameras. Um, we have this one. This is the 5 megapixel line. All these are NDA compliant. The turret, bullet, fixed lens. Our varifocal cameras are also a motorized lens. And we even have a 5 to 50 millimeter long distance bullet. NDAA compliant also extends to our 4K cameras. We have a nice fixed lens turret with a mic, as well as the varifocal eyeball, bullet, and dome. We got a question here. Are your old DVRs and cameras NDAA compliant? They are not. So you are a lot of these products came out in 2021.
Mhm.
So you can tell the IP cameras will have NDAA at the end of the part numbers, and the coax cameras, if they are the 5 megapixel that was purchased in middle 2021, they are the DVRs will also have that on the part number. This NDA compliant mean that all product lines in Bolide do not include any of those. So not 100%. So the ones that I'm showing you guys that are NDA compliant are the ones that are NDA compliant. We have some models that are not. So you gotta, if this is a deal breaker, you're gonna have to look at the part number of the cameras and the NVR. The order corner mount cameras like for the prison cells. We have a corner mount bracket for cameras. Of corner mount is pretty much a 270-degree camera. We can accomplish that particular application. Okay, so NVRs, going back to that one question, these NVRs are NDA compliant. The 4, 8, and 16 channels benefits of these NVRs, they have built-in PoE. So the 4, 8, 16, it's pretty much plug and play. If you go from the camera run straight to the NVR, there's no configurations required. We have a 32 channel with 16 port PoE, as well as a 64 channel with 32 port PoE, and a 32 channel with 32 port PoE. But as far as NDA compliant, it's going to be the 4, 8, and 16 channels. Of course, these have the quick connect. I'm going to go over that in a little bit, and also the AI. A lot of the AI functions that we're going to go over today with David are built into these NVRs. So plug and play, NDA compliant, and you have all these intelligent features that you can sell. Okay, so what the quick connect part of it? What is quick connect? So quick connect is the technologies that we have in our recorders, both DVRs and NVRs, that make them easy for remote access. We have an app called Bolide Quick Connect, and when you guys install the DVRs and cameras, really there's no port forwarding required. You just connect the recorder to the main modem from the internet provider, and it doesn't matter if the IP address changes. It doesn't matter if they change internet providers. All you need to do is scan the QR code, and it will fire right up. There's no steps needed. There's no registration, so it's super easy for you installer. For you guys, whether your team are experienced or not as experienced, they can have the same experience easily being able to get recorders, both the DVRs and NVRs online. I have a question. What is the data to have IPAC 2.0 analytics support 32 and 64 channels? Our 32 and 64 channels have the AI functions. Do they have all of them? Or some the NDA compliant models, they have more of the newer features. But the face recognition, face attendance, the heat map, right, are already on the 32 and 64 channels.
Correct.
Okay. Another benefit of the DVRs and NVRs is the Bolide VMS. If you guys are already using Bolide recorders, make sure you guys use Bolide VMS. It's available for PC and Mac. It's free. It lets your customer see the recorders on their computer, whether they have DVRs or NVRs or both, it goes into one software. The Mac, there's not a lot of softwares available for Mac. This is a full version for Mac. Super easy. You can have as many recorders as you want. You can have 24 users log on at the same time. Perfect for schools, anywhere where management, there's multiple people that need to log on at the same time. Um, you can see 128 cameras from as many, you can pick and choose from different recorders as you like. Different layouts. It's just it's a overall solid piece of software that's already included with your recorders. Okay, so what's new? What's new? So the AI and the NVRs. So these are what is already available. Okay, so there is the face and face detection, right? So we're gonna jump into YouTube. So what does that mean? This video is a minute long. So the recorder detects and saves all faces that walk in front of the camera, where you can save them, name them, and when you play back, it saves you it saves your customer time, really, because, for example, these people we have already in our database, and as people come in front of the camera, it still saves faces, and when it matches anybody from this database, it will find them when you search. It can also do alerts if it finds somebody that's on a block list, and it just makes the player, you see, you can instantly play back. You can instantly save this video, and it just makes it so much easier, because we've sometimes gotten used to motion detection or going through hours and hours of videos looking for somebody. At least this feature will save you all that time. Right now it's playing all the clips of this guy. So this feature is already in our NVRs. There is also a face attendance function where it pretty much tracks, for business owners. It will track like what time employees come in using the face recognition technology. Right here is a couple of cameras that we have. Okay, so same database. You can report attendance, whether any day of the week. You're gonna have here, in this example, let's say employees' names, and it shows what you can change their, or you're gonna set their on-duty time and off-duty time, and whenever they show up in front of that camera, it tells you if they're on time, if they're late, or if they left early. Imagine the value of this to a business owner. They can have a camera at the entrance of their facility, and they can they can use it as a reference for video verification in accordance to their time clock. But I think it's a very, very good feature. You can also save these reports on Excel. Submitted email to HR, but a very neat feature. Also built into the NVRs is repeat visitors. So imagine a store, one, they might want to track their regular customers, how many, if in a month's period, let's say a restaurant has a regular customer, they might want to track that person, save them as a VIP list person. Whenever they show up at their stores again, they can know, how by they can get an email, they can get alerted through push notification if that person shows up on at their place again. I think this is a very invaluable feature, especially for a business owner. Also, um, if there may be somebody that is around a place too many times, and they're not supposed to, so you can also use this analytic to get notified right away. It will count actually how many times a person has been in front of the camera. You see right here, minimum occurrences. You can send that to as many numbers as you want. And again, easy playback, easy backup. You can save the files right away, and you can back up the data right away. And another feature is people foot traffic. So you got a camera here, we got a couple of trip lines and perimeters set, but imagine a store, grocery store, retail store. It tells you the busiest areas of that store. So now the manager or the owner can review, which areas of their floor, is visited most, at least so you can strategically place products there, or, or really you can do whatever you want, but which parts of your stores are busiest. We also have a feature called suspect tracking, where it follows a person using the face recognition. It follows them around, where they went from camera 1, camera 2, camera 2 to camera 3. It will set up pretty much a route, and you can see where that person has been. Another neat one is vehicle detection. So for applications where you want to catch vehicles, so what this does is it disregards every object on the screen except for vehicles and humans, and you take a pick whether you want to only do humans or you only want to do vehicles. And using this analytic, it will save every vehicle plate, every vehicle, right? So every vehicle has a vehicle plate. So if you place the camera and it has a view of the plate, then you can review all the videos and read plates using the camera footage. Okay, so these features are already in the NVR. Now David is going to show us the new features that are on the NVRs.
Yeah, so there's two new features, at least two right here. We can show real quick. This is the AI scene right here. We're looking on the Bolide VMS with the NDAA 8-channel NVR right here. So looking from here on the VMS, there's this new AI scene feature.
Okay, so this is new.
Correct, this is new. And this is part of the NDAA feature right here as well. So if we click into it, this is an NDAA camera as well that goes with the NDAA NVR. So let's set this up real quick. Setup section right here. I just want to enable it. So the capacity is like how many people are available, how many capacities people are in the room. So let's say we do 4 for that room.
So you want to limit capacity, right?
Correct. So let's say like this is a special VIP room.
Yeah.
And only 4 people can be in there.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, with COVID now too, I mean, some places want to limit their capacities,
Exactly.
at least get alerted.
So from right here, we can do a setup. We can set up this little cross section right here. How many comes in and how many comes out. Either it's a person or through motion or even vehicles. So you can select your type. And again, the sensitivity, 1 being the lowest, 4 being the highest, set at 4. And roll type, However, whichever way, left or right or left. This is how we have it set up right now. And also what time, if there's a particular schedule you want.
Schedule it.
Mhm.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and save this here. And we will have Ken.
So I'm gonna walk in front of the camera.
Yep, so I need you to walk out that door right in front. Ken's gonna walk through.
Catch me on there.
Let's see. Fine. Set. Yeah. Check through the main view just to see. So you see numbers change from went up, enter and exit. So 4 available still.
Okay.
I'll do a run through right here.
Okay.
As you see, numbers changed. 1 enter, 1 exit. It added up.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. So this is great for, yeah, I mean, tracking an area. It's a count, enter, and exit, and also keeping up like an allowed number of people. And this is already built in to the built NDA NVRs, right?
Yep, correct.
And the NDAA cameras that have AI will support this function.
And from here, there's a little tiny schedule. It even tells you which hour has how many people came in, how many people came out. See right here. Some statistics here. All right.
All right.
And of course, this information can be exported to Excel.
All right.
As well.
Good.
So there's that. And then the other AI function we have is the queue length detection.
So what for what application would that be for?
So let's say you, again, under a club scenario here,
Yeah.
you have a line.
Yeah.
And you don't want that line to be too long for certain people.
Okay.
For just people in general, right? So let's say, well, let me turn off cross detection here. Won't play nice together.
So you can use one or the other.
One or the other.
Okay.
So we have the queue length detection. Turn this on. Sensitivity again 1 through 4. Put it on 3. And the max number it can detect 1 through 100.
So let's say we only want one person in line, right?
Correct.
So,
and how long do you want them to stay in line?
okay, if they're in line
Right.
for too long, it will send an alert.
You can have it send an alert,
Record. Okay.
all that. Notification of some sort. So we can demonstrate it right here. We're gonna have let's say we'll give you 15 seconds. We'll give you 15 seconds. All right. After 15 seconds, if you're on that line for too long, it's gonna do an alarm.
Okay. I'm gonna go online.
All right. So let's go ahead and save that. Now you may not see that alarm that we have right here.
That's a new product that we're gonna go over in a little bit.
Ah, okay. But yeah,
This is the audio video, audio visual alarm device. That's also new. I'm gonna go over what that is for.
so again, very straightforward. Event person or people in there for too long
Yeah.
can do an alarm notification.
This thing already went off.
Right.
All right.
Two new little.
So those
AI
are
functions.
additional AI analytics added to the NVRs on top of all the existing ones that we already discussed. So sell these. These are especially now the consumers. I tell people like all the cameras look great for the most part. The color, but what else do the systems do? What are the smart features that they do? If you sell these features on top of the video surveillance, I think we think that'll give you guys a competitive advantage, and your customers will be happy with their purchase. Okay, let's go back to the PowerPoint and show you what's new on the PTZ side of things. Okay, so we have new PTZ cameras. These are all IP cameras. And we have three models. We have a 2 megapixel with 22 times zoom. We have a 4 megapixel with 30 times zoom. And then we have a 5 megapixel with 40 times zoom. These IP cameras are all PoE powered. They will plug and play to our NVRs. And I mean, you can't, the difference between the three models will be, the costs, but very affordable, especially the 2 megapixel. You're looking at under $1,000 dealer price. The 4 megapixel, you're looking at a few $100s more than that, and then the 5 megapixel will be the best one. But these three models are all now available. Auto tracking, that's something that I want to show you guys a video of one of these auto tracking PTZs. But if you put it in a scene where there's not a lot of movement that's supposed to happen, it will follow the person until they leave the scene. And these are all outdoor rated cameras. Are the new PTZs PoE or PoE plus?
So these will be PoE plus. It's
Yeah.
very much needed for PTZ cameras.
What's the draw on these?
Can't be more than 30 watts.
Okay. Long range zoom. Plus because of the long range zoom, and the motor and these things are very high quality. They'll last for millions and millions of spins. These will last you for many, many years. If you have customers that are looking for nice quality PTZs, we have three new models at three different price points. But you can't go wrong with any of them. Oh, what is the best place to use for one of the cameras? I believe that's the I think that's showing the scene, AI scene. Yeah, so for places that are keeping their capacities low, for example, like restaurants have a capacity, a number of people, especially a small place, let's say 30 or 50, and they exceed it, at least the owner would know and be alerted. How the NVR can send an email. The NVR, the app, the Quick Connect app can do a push notification. You can tie it up to an alarm device that can go off So which watching we'll go over the one our new device that will do that for you. But yeah, I mean, there's especially with today's time, there's many capacity control, mask requirements, and you can definitely sell these features just to give them peace of mind. If that question pertains to PTZs, well, they panto zoom, um, zoom for many hundreds of feet. I mean, these go out super far. Okay, so this new product from Bolide is the BE AVAD. It's an audio visual alarm device. So the varifocal cameras have an alarm relay, right? So, and it also has an audio relay, audio in and out. So this device is a waterproof device. It's a round shaped device with a speaker and a mic. So it can do two things. You can place this at an entrance of a home or a business, and they can use their mobile phone, they can use their computer um, to talk to the person in front of the camera. So um, the beauty is the person in front of the camera in front of this device can also talk back to the person that's watching that camera on the phone or the computer. So it's a very versatile two-way audio device because you can put it indoor, you can put it outdoor. It's weatherproof rated. Um, it also can you can connect that to the audio input and output of an IP camera. Um, it also hooks up to the alarm in and out of an IP camera. So what does that do? Your NVRs, whether it's motion detection or AI triggers, or the face detection, somebody that's on a block list showing up in front of the camera system. What else did we show? Employees being late, or what David showed us, the max capacity, or somebody loitering in front of the camera for too long. How did the owner of the place know right away? One would be to have the something go off, make a sound, right? So let's make that thing go off again, and turn on the audio. Okay, you guys heard that? Let's show you guys. Okay, so what? Let's set up a trigger. So you guys, it's loud. What tripped that?
That's probably motion.
Oh, motion. Okay, so motion. We set up this area for motion detection, right? So you can have it either. You can mute it and just have it light up, or you can have it go off. So let's do it one more time. Okay, so camera. So I'm not on the scene. And I entered the scene. So going off. Now everybody's alerted. So very neat. So you can sell that thing as a two-way audio device for a homeowner or a business owner, somebody that's like, wanted to talk to the person in front of their business or home before they enter. Or you can use it as an instant alert for all the analytics, and in this case, it's a motion event. So let's say at nighttime, there's not supposed to be any activity in a place, and for any reason there's motion, so that thing can go off. So it just makes it's a good deterrent, and it catches attention. A couple of questions on that device. Is it OnVIF compatible to be integrated with a third-party VMS? That device is not a network device. Oh, okay, good question. How does it get powered? 12 volt?
12 volt, correct.
Okay.
With
okay.
our cameras,
Yeah.
it can power the unit itself.
So you connect it to, let's say, the Bolide vertical NDA cameras, and that will power the device. If you're using it with a third-party VMS, it will work because it's not OnVIF. It literally just connects to the alarm in and out and the audio in and out. So as long as those devices have those triggers, it will work. Is it possible to play customized audio messages on the alarm device? No, it will just have that siren sound, and then the blue and the red light will go off. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a pretty neat device. Think about selling it to, selling it with, trying to sell it with every camera system that you sell, right? So that it. What was that? Oh, okay. Let's go back to our PowerPoint. Okay, there we go. All right. So for video surveillance, that's what's new with Bolide. To recap, NDA compliant each of our coax cameras, 5 meg, as well as the hybrid DVRs, NDA compliant IP cameras and NVRs. We have a new suite of analytics on the NVRs, face detection, face attendance, vehicle human detection, human foot traffic, heat map, suspect tracking, along with the new ones, which is the QU detection and the AI scene on the VMS, letting you guys know, setting a maximum number of people to stay in front of the cameras. We got new PTZs. So guys, those PTZs are awesome. Check them out. And we have that new audio and visual alarm device. So that is it for new products. I'm sure there's going to be more new products coming down in the near future. We're going to do more webinars as we get them. It's going to be an awesome thing. We're going to showcase all of these new products at ISC West in March. But all these stuff that we talked about today, these are all available to order now. They're all in stock and they're all great. Sell them, get more projects with them. And thank you guys for joining us on today's webinar.